It's your boy, Jeff Jones.
It's the man with the niceness, the upset specialist, Thomas Boykin.
Yeah. Always and forever who? Mr. Mike Jones.
And this is 234 Sports Talk. Fellas, let's talk about it. Let's
Let's
talk
get it.
about it.
Let's
Big
get
news.
it.
Mr. Draymond Green, Golden State Warriors, has been suspended indefinitely by the NBA. And this is why, for striking Yusuf Nurkic. Struck him, with a WWE blow. Struck him, knocked him down, hit him in the face on Tuesday night. Now, he received a flagrant foul, a flagrant two on that one and was ejected. This was his third time being ejected, but the league said because of his repeated history of unsportsmanlike acts, he has been suspended indefinitely. Fellas, what do you think about this as we discuss this matter?
I'm going to tell you what, man. This is long overdue. The league should have been getting Draymond Green's attention way back when this started. He is of a mindset that, okay, I can do whatever I want to do. I'm Draymond, a former champ. I can get away with a lot of stuff. The time has come for them to put an end to this madness. Can we get down to the business of playing basketball without all the foolishness? This is not this dude's first rodeo with flagrant fouls. This is this guy's second ejection in 3 weeks. So obviously there's some disconnect with him in basketball. So it's time to disconnect basketball from him and let him think about it for a while. Because the league is, your team is in detriment without you. You're a leading passer. You run the offense. You rebound. You bring physicality on the defensive end. That's all well and good. We know your basketball IQ is pretty solid and pretty impressive. But the antics, man, takes away from the team. And I'm not surprised, like a couple other people have said, I'm surprised that Steph Curry hasn't jumped in this case already. Said, dude, look, listen, we can't go nowhere without you. You're a key cog. Because think about it. Klay Thompson ain't really doing nothing. Ain't really nobody else doing nothing. What are we going to build our team with? How are we going to run what we need to run with you acting the fool? So now comes a time where now Steph is stuck. He has to run the offense, score points because his points is necessary for them to be relevant. Somebody else has got to step up and be relevant in that role of playmaker, score, second or third options. All that stuff has to open up. If that doesn't open up, Golden State's finished. I mean, because you can't just run Steph Curry and expect Steph to score 80 to 90 points a night. It's not going to happen. It's not. What you got on them, Jay?
Yeah, I'm just I'm just surprised. I'm not surprised at Draymond. He is who he is. He's he's a fighter. And but this his behavior is unacceptable for the NBA and for little kids to see. I mean, he's been doing this for a while. It's about time that they catch this guy and put him in jail, so to speak. And he said that these things are unintentional, but at the same time, man, you've got a behavior, and it just keep letting you get away with it. I wonder if you were on a bad basketball team, would they have basically done this a long time ago? But because he's on a team that's won some championships and they are in the spotlight, on TV most of the time, anyways, they just giving him a pass to make the game better. But yeah, this is unacceptable, and I am glad that they have caught up with him and has ticketed him. So going forward, You know, maybe to change his attitude, but he's an old dog, so it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. That's my opinion.
Man, oh man. Like there was I think I was watching Stephen A and Jason Williams even said the same thing. Like there's other ways that you could have handled that foul. You could have fell forward and drew the foul. You could have went sideways and drew the foul. But when you turn all the way around and smack dude in the face, come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah. You can even do LeBron and flop it and fall backwards and go forward or sideways and still bring attention to the call. But come on, man, to be talking about that, it was not intentional, dude. You spun around, it was intentional. When you spun around, it's intentional.
I mean,
come on.
When you look at it, fellas, it looked like some WWE stuff.
Man, listen. You look like they turn around and doing the WWE knife chop.
You know what it looked like? Man. It looked like, you ever seen one of those video games where the Ninja Warrior spins around and chops dude? I mean, that's what it looked like, man. Like that's some stuff he done learn from off of a video game, man, and incorporate it into his game plan.
There's no place in the NBA for that, man. His whole beef was Nurkic was grabbing him around the waist and was fouling him, grabbing him around the waist. Does that warrant you turning around and smacking him in the face? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But he figured he Draymond, I am who I am. Well, the league gonna be who they are too.
And you know, he's got there's some people out there that has an actual video, a whole video of him and his aggressive antics, man. Even with Poole, his former teammate, man. I mean, it's always something, man. I mean, I don't know if he don't seem like he has a temper. He just, I don't know what is. I'm just wondering if he's doing it for show, or is he really that aggravated when he's on the court?
I believe he's still a little jealous of Clay and Steph because they get a lot of attention, especially Steph.
So you think he's seeking attention?
After you like a little kid, you can't already talk. He's like a little kid. Come on, man. Grow up. It's basketball. What my boy said is basketball.
Fellas, you know he just choked Rudy not long ago. So you would think that he would have learned his lesson, and we really don't know where this is gonna go. They say suspended indefinitely. That could mean just a few games. Man, remember the thing happened with Ja Morant. The thing happened with him. Everybody thought he was going to get this big suspension, and he met with the commissioner. They discussed this matter, and he pretty much got a little slap on the wrist. And then he did the same thing again, as far as, what he did. I don't want to discuss him. But do you think that this is going to be a suspension that's, maybe 5 games, 8 games, more? I don't know. Or you think it's just going to be a slap on the wrist?
If I'm the commissioner of this league, he doesn't play the rest of this season.
Ooh. You're missing out on like $155,000 per game.
But listen, like my MJ just said, he has a chronic history of this. It's not a one and off thing. This has been going on for years. These antics been going on for years. And everybody's tired of it. Everybody's been tired of it. I'm tired of it as a sports fan. I'm tired of seeing it.
Hey, but look, have you noticed though? I mean, I don't know what the commissioner gonna give him, but I think that he should get something about like what Ja Morant got. But also, have you noticed the players that he attacked? They're not those,
fight your back type.
Yeah.
They're not a Ben Wallace or somebody like that where they're gonna knock the crap out you when you get with them.
Yeah, he ain't punching them dudes. He ain't
Yeah,
choking them out.
he ain't
You
gonna do
know
Bobby
that, right?
Portis like that.
Right. Yeah.
That goes back to like, man, that even goes back to the brawl at the Palace, where you gonna go into the stands and fight a fan, but you ain't gonna step to Ben Wallace, who just munched you in the face.
Right. Them guys, they know who to go out.
Man,
But yeah, I think the commissioner, man, like you said, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna give him, man. They might not give him anything. They might give him 5.
hey, like I said, if it was me, he's done this season. He's done. He's
Oh
done.
yeah.
I think something has to be done. It definitely has to be done because he's not gonna learn a lesson if they just, take the just it'll
Exactly.
be okay, let him get back on the court. He's got to
Exactly.
learn a lesson. I think that's the only way they're gonna stop this type of,
Exactly.
the actions that he's displaying on the court. But I
If
really,
he,
truthfully, fellas, I think that he has some anger issues. I
That
think
could be
so.
as well.
I mean, I
That could
really
very
do.
well be. But
I
there's got
think
to
he
be a
needs some
place
anger
for it.
management on top of this suspension.
Exactly. And this is why I said, for me, he shouldn't play the rest of this season because he's got to get that addressed. He's got to get himself in check.
but you know what, too, guys? I would also hold Golden State accountable too. Every
Absolutely.
time he does something like that, that organization is getting fined, penalized some kind of way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
So we're gonna make that your guys. We're gonna make that your organization problem as well.
absolutely, accountability is key. Notice this goes back to even think about this. When Rodman went to the Bulls, and everybody knows about his antics when he went to the Bulls. How many times did you see Mike and Scotty? Yo, chill out, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but Golden State, as far as player wise, they don't have nobody on that bench that's gonna get up in
Because
green face like.
everybody looked at the situation with old boy. Oh, he gonna punch. Well, I ain't trying to get punched. Man, are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? You're not gonna step to your teammate who's gonna step to you and brutalize you, and you're gonna let him do it?
Right.
Come on, man.
He just
Come
straight.
on, man.
He straight punk Golden State. That's why he did that. Probably sit there and say, "Hey, I'm the alpha up in here," And so, so it's gonna have to come from management, man, with Golden State, man. But I still would. If I'm Adam
Trade
Silver,
bait.
yeah, yeah,
Trade bait.
yeah, I would definitely find an organization. So it's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, without question. And I applaud it. I applaud it big time.
Man, money talk. I promise you, you want to get a man's attention,
Hit them ducats.
reach in that bag. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Hit them
Christmas coming
ducats.
too.
Hey, them ducats be hurting, man.
Christmas coming too.
hey, that part.
All right, fellas. Well, I like Draymond Green. I really do. I think Draymond is a dynamic player, man. If he just stays focused, man, the guy, he's good. But when he starts all the other stuff, man,
That's
it
why I
just
said
take
the
away
guy's
from the
basketball
craft.
IQ is great. He's a great basketball player. So I don't understand where all this is coming from.
Yeah, yeah. He
All
gonna
right,
mess
fellas,
around.
what you got, Mike Jones?
Now I was gonna say he gonna mess around. That's gonna mess up his Hall of Fame status. He keep on with this.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah, he definitely can mess that up, and his career could be, in shambles behind something like this if he keeps it up.
Facts.
All right, fellas, sticking with the theme of the NBA, last night, my Milwaukee Bucks got a little bit of revenge on the Indiana Pacers, 140 to 126. Man, and when I tell you, my guy Giannis was in the zone, went for 64 on him.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some controversy after the game. Giannis, after going for 64, wanted the game ball, but Indiana wanted to give it to one of the rookies who scored his first points. and there was a little altercation. Eventually, Milwaukee security went back, got the ball, a ball. Giannis said it wasn't the ball. Fellas, what do you think about this situation?
That's terrible. 64 points. I get it. You scored 64 points. But in the grand scheme of things, was it the most points ever scored by a Milwaukee Buck?
Yeah,
Probably not.
broke Michael Redd's record.
Okay, then yeah, he has a valid point. Okay, I need that ball because it's a number one. It's a record that needs to be put wherever the Bucks store their records. I get that part, but as a youngster scoring your first points in the NBA, I get that too. But does that mean we got to have a fight over a ball? No, no. As a seasoned veteran player, Giannis should have took the low road took the high road and let the young man have the ball to score in his first points. Understanding, dude, it's a ball. We can dress up a ball and put 64 points on the ball, put it on a shelf somewhere, and that's that. Because it's the ball. No, it's a ball. I mean, I some of this stuff I don't get. Now, if you scored 100 points or 81 points or 90 points, yeah, I gotta have that ball. Yeah, I gotta have that ball because that's Naismith Hall of Fame stuff. So, but for just a team record, nah, I'm not sweating on that. Let that young fella have a moment with scoring his first points. What you got on it, MJ?
Well, I think that's on their team right there. I thought they had ball people that they know what records are being broke and what records are being set. And, you know, maybe they didn't know about the record or something. But if they did, I think that's on them. They should have secured that ball for him. And,
Absolutely.
whereas instead of him trying to retrieve it, and I see the valid point of giving the rookie a ball too. At the same time, the rookie, he's gonna have many opportunities to get the game ball or whatever. I think it's really challenged on both ends, but I definitely can see, you know, my guy's point of view. So I might have would have been crying a little bit too. That's just me. I might have cried a little bit too for that ball. That's my ball. I want my ball. I'm
I,
just
I
saying.
mean, like I said, I get it. I mean, but to me, you don't get a second chance to score. You don't get another ball for scoring your first points in the league. You don't get
Yeah,
another chance for that. When it's your first, it's your first.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree, and you're right, Mike. Somebody should have been on top of that. This is historic. Let's make sure we secure this ball for Giannis. Knowing if the Pacers wanted to get the ball, they should have spoke. Say, hey, would it be all right if we did this? But from what I understand, they just took the ball. But there's no way if I scored 64 and broke the record, man. I'm after the game is over, I'm holding that ball.
Yeah.
Matter of
So
fact, if they was the last person in possession of that ball should have never left their possession. If the Bucks had the last possession of the game and they had that particular ball, that ball should have never left whoever's hand.
Yeah, they must not have been aware of it. So
I believe if with that jumping off, you're right, MJ. I don't think they was aware of it.
well, but a lot of times they're aware of it. They got people that keep all the stats, man. So a
You
lot
got
of times
statisticians for that. Oh yeah,
they put it on display.
yeah, they
Giannis
got
just broke the
statisticians for that.
scoring record. Bucks Milwaukee's all-time scoring record for points in the game.
Right.
So like Mike said, somebody, the equipment people, whoever is in charge of that, somebody should have been on point with that, and they should have got that ball, secured that ball for Giannis. Then all of this just would have been, we
It
wouldn't
wouldn't
we
even
wouldn't
been
even
an
be
issue.
talking about it.
Yeah, this wouldn't even be an issue.
All right. Well, fellas, question has been posed on social media. I've seen a lot of people talk about this, and I want to get your take on this. And I want you to comment about this matter too, those who are listening and watching this. Fellas, when we look at defense, now we talking defense. Now, some people say that defense was harder to play in the 90s and earlier 2000s than it is today. Do you guys believe that it's harder to play defense now than it was in the 90s and the early 2000s
I
in the
believe
NBA?
this, if you ask me, this is in the now, this is a jump shooters league. This is a jump shooter's dream come true. Because with the ability to pack the paint and play zone defenses, what does that lead? Jump shots, mid-range, long range, doesn't matter. Who revolutionized this? Who started all this? Steph Curry. I can shoot the ball from the timeline and I'm a factor. Where if you shoot from out there, guess what? There's no guarding that. Back in the early 80s, 90s, early 2000s, they wasn't taking them kind of shots, not on a regular basis. Maybe as a buzzer beater or with time running down, have to force a shot up. But as far as taking a regular shot, yeah. So the man-to-man defense, I believe this generation can't play man-to-man defense. Everything is predicated on packing the paint. Matchup zone basically is what they play. Versus 90s and 80s, you're playing straight man-to-man. The name of the game is, yeah, you can score, but can you stop your man in front of you without the help? Can you shut your man down or make him take tough shots without help? You're asking guy, that's like saying, okay, we're going to take this, we're going to take the now, and we're going to take Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan into this era of basketball. Do you believe that they going to stop a Michael Jordan or a Magic Johnson? No. They're not. Even with his own defense, no, you're not stopping it. They know how to find holes. Most of the time, in this era now, if you get broke down off of one, your defense is shot. Simple. But man to man, at least if you're going to drive through the post, at least you got help from your centers and forwards, even if they come outside, which gives them opportunity to pass the ball, which makes it that much harder, which makes what Magic Johnson did that much more impressive. You playing man-to-man, you sag off, I find an open man later. Come on, it's fundamental basketball 101. Everybody forgets about this. So to me, 80s defense was harder to play defense on. To me, that's just me. It's 90, this era of basketball now is too easy. Scoring is easy. Defense is soft. They're not built to stop anybody. They're built to help out and maybe get you a shot, but as far as stopping somebody, What you got on them, Jay?
Well, what I got is I think this era right now, I think it is. I think it's a little harder to play D now, and it's just my opinion because now you got the big men. They can pull you way out and shoot the three. You know, they handle the ball a whole lot better than they did back in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. The big man can still post up down low, even though they choose not to do it, but they still have that option to do it. We think about Reggie Miller back in the 90s doing all that running around, how Michael Jordan had to chase him down, man. By the time, or Richard Hamilton running around, you chasing a guy and he catching the ball and he's able to shoot that three. I mean, that's tough. playing deep. Now, back in the late 90's and the 2000s, I think it was harder to play. I think it was harder to play offense. I mean, I think it was harder to play offense back in those days. I think it's easier to play. I think it's easier to play offense now, and it's harder to play defense now. I think it's harder to play offense back in the day because, like you said, man, the defense back then, man, it was hard, but that defense worked. You know what I'm saying? For what they did, you come to the hole, you can throw your elbow, ref gonna let that go. So I think that's all I gotta do. I gotta punish a dude. He gonna start coming through the lane.
So
Whereas now, what you gonna do? This guy's running all over the place, and they run some good set screens and stuff, man. It is hard. Them guys are getting open for a reason, man. So my opinion is, I think it's hard to play defense in this era right here. What you got about Jones?
Them some good takes, man. I agree with both of you guys. I agree with both of you guys. It was hard. It was hard to score back in the 80's, 90's, early 2000s. Like, because
mm-hmm.
you knew if you got past your guy, somebody was gonna be waiting on you,
Right.
and it wasn't gonna be pretty. If they were physical type of big or whatever, or somebody that's coming across, they weren't gonna just let you come in and just lay the ball up easy. And now you say you got to work for it. The NBA has switched this offense minded. They want to score points. Your bigs ain't playing with their back to, the basket anymore. The bigs are going out. These bigs can shoot the three, man. Sweet mid range, These guys are versatile nowadays. So, it depends on the style that you like, really. Depends on the style you like. But I agree with both of y'all takes on this. I agree
Yeah.
with both of
I
y'all
mean,
takes
I
on
get,
this.
I get where Mike is coming from for sure. Yeah, the schematics for offense nowadays is pretty high tech. They're running some pretty good. They're running pretty good sets to get shooters open, and they give. Now, granted, too, they're giving them the benefit of Euro steps, step backs, and all this other good stuff that you wasn't doing back in that early era. But yeah, it makes it a little tougher, but absolutely. Now, what I will say is this, like you were saying earlier with going to the basket, if you beat somebody to the hole now in today's league, they don't let you go.
Yeah.
There's no, I'm gonna meet you at the rim and I'm gonna block that going up. Nah, if you get past this cat, it's okay, you got it. Because you see it a lot with, say, LeBron. When he beats somebody off the dribble, on the backside, there's no backup here. It's just, okay, he got me, dunk time, let's go down the other end. I beat my chest, I did something. Okay, fine. Versus go to the hole, you beat your man, you got Olajuwon or Mutombo waiting on you at the rack.
And then look at this too. They right now in the NBA, they are very hard on. I mean, they're very sensitive with fouls. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, they have the flagrant fouls, the flagrant ones. They even have the dotted line when you're trying to take
Charge. Yeah,
a charge.
that started back in the 90's. Yeah.
So
That's where they can dictate whether it's a charge or a block. I'm like, really? Where do we get away from going away from, okay, the guy stationary, if you run through him, it's a charge.
right,
Fundamental basketball.
yeah.
But hey, that's the brand you want. It's your money. Get it when you need it.
Definitely. Things have changed, but we still love the game.
Oh,
Still love
absolutely.
the game. All
Man,
right, fellas.
man.
We've talked about it. Until the next time. 234 Sports Talk. Want you to subscribe, want you to like, want you to comment. We want to talk about it with you. If you like what we talked about, comment. If you don't like what we talked about, comment, and we'll get right back to you. Till the next time, it's been 234 Sports Talk. You can catch us right here on YouTube. You can catch us on TikTok. You can catch us on Instagram. Until the next time, fellas, peace.
Peace.
Peace.